NBC News Radio.
You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.
The following program on KCAA is pre-recorded.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely a suntan lotion. If not, you're going to be burnt crisp.
We had a very, very, very rough hour and a half, 2 hours. They made us. We didn't want to, but we
made us twist our arms.
I didn't want to. I said no,
like
I can't
twist
eat that.
your arm.
But we were judges at a how do you describe it? A tri-tip contest, marinated tri-tips at Redlands Ranch Market. If you've never been there, we're gonna have Dave on again. Unbelievable market. That's where we do all our shopping. And
love that market. It's like an international market right in your backyard.
And it's good stuff there. So good prices.
Good prices, good specials. Offer lots of different, just different items.
And lots of meat. And they provided all the meat there, prime cut beefs or prime cut tri-tip. So we had 17 we judged. So if you're belonging to PETA or you're vegan, you may not want to listen to us anymore. But it was sure good.
I think Joe's going to switch us off real quick.
Yeah. But most of it was really good. We really enjoyed it. It was a very nice event. So anyway, we just got back from Vegas, too. We had a fun time. We were invited to go to the Palace Station, and it's been around for over 40 years. And a lot of people go, oh, we've been there forever. And they remodeled it. And let me tell you, folks, it's clean. It's pristine almost. And the restaurants there, we didn't know what to expect. But it's off the beaten, it's not in the strip or anything, but really, really great food. So good that we decided to have them on, and we're going to do a whole hour show on them. I mean, this food is some of the best we've had, and I highly recommend it. So I don't want to spoil it, but when we have them on, we want definitely for you guys to listen out there. And what else is going on, Izzy? I'm trying to think.
Just been eating a lot, I feel like.
Lots of eating.
Yeah,
when we went there, let's see, Thursday night, we had dinner there. Friday night, we had lunch.
It wasn't just a dinner. It was a feast. Just imagine a sushi boat, but like the whole table full of food. That's what it is.
They want us to try everything, so they did about 18 different things.
Yep.
And then Friday, we saw, at nighttime, we saw Godsmack. Really good group. I liked them so much. We had breakfast and lunch there. And then Saturday, breakfast and lunch and dinner. And then Sunday brunch. So we ate at all the restaurants there and really, really good stuff. So anyway, we'll have them on pretty soon. Other than that, just a lot of fun things happening. We have a lot of good trips planned. And in restaurants here, we're going to more and more. The last one we went to, which we'll review one day, it's called the Loving Hut. And if you've never been there, it's a vegan restaurant, but really, really good vegan food. And Izzy, we're both meat eaters, but I'll tell you, I could eat there every day. It was really that good.
I was totally blown away. I didn't know what to expect. And sometimes vegan restaurants or plant-based restaurant, they tend to be on...
boring.
Boring, or if it's really good, tend to overcompensate with some fried foods, like lots of unhealthy stuff, even though it's plant-based, like lots of carbs that's not healthy for you. I think this is definitely a good balance. I mean, definitely the food doesn't taste like fast food. It's made to order. I really was impressed with the quality. The quantity is good, and the freshness is amazing. So,
So we'll talk about them pretty soon. They're all over the place. It's part of a chain. I think they have over 200 restaurants worldwide, but very, very good. So anyway, we picked up some new sponsors too, so we'll have them on the next coming weeks. But before we get to our guest, I want to talk about Bowler & Bowler Family Law. And being involved in a divorce is an incredibly stressful time in you and your family's life, and having a trusted and professional family law attorney on your side to help you through these troubled times is especially important. That's why I went to Bowler & Bowler. They're located in Redlands, and it's the Inland Empire's premier family law practice that specializes in divorces, prenuptial agreements, spousal support issues, same-sex marriages, child support, and non-marital relationships and paternity issues. With over 50 years' experience, both Toby and his son, Sean Bowler, understand that clients often have many questions, and communicating with clients is an important element of the practice. Both attorneys make it a point to be the best advocate for you and treat each client with their own unique problems with dignity and respect. The other thing I like about the law here, or the practice I should say, is the staff. The staff are very friendly, and when they say they'll call you back, they actually do. What a new thing, a new concept, right?
Yeah.
They're really, really good. So again, I would definitely call Bowler and Bowler Family Law. They're located in Redlands. Their telephone number is 909-335-4848. Best of all, go to the website Bowler and Bowler, BOWLER, and bowler.com. That's bowlerandbowler.com, Family Law. You'll definitely like them. And after going there, you probably feel a little stressed. You probably want to eat some good Chinese food.
Or you're hungry before you get there, you know.
Either way.
Definitely. You know, we really like the Ray's Shanghai Bistro that's located on next to Redlands DMV on Lagonia. And it offers a large and most delicious and an authentic array of traditional, original Chinese dishes available in Inland Empire. Some of my favorite dishes are the house-made pot stickers.
She's having an orgasm here.
I am.
Food
I'm
orgasm.
salivating thinking about it. And then, you know, they have the house-made dumplings. They have crispy pork spare ribs with garlic on top. Oh, my goodness.
They make the spare ribs and then they deep fry it.
I know. And they put this fried, like, garlic on top. It's amazing and it's juicy. And then their unique spicy lamb with bamboo. They have a cumin lamb too with toothpicks in it. The sweet and tangy deep fried orange peel chicken and the savory basil spicy shrimp. Plus lots of vegetarian dishes such as Allan's favorite, hot and sour soup. I mean,
you know, it's simple, but I really like theirs. They have a little punch to it.
Well, it's the right consistency. Sometimes people make it too thick or too thin, or too sour or too spicy. And there's just enough kick, but just the right consistency, I think. That's what I want to say. Whether you dine in or pick up the food or have them cater your next event, will see why Ray's Shanghai Bistro is probably the best Chinese restaurant in the Inland Empire. I truly...
Very authentic.
Yeah, very authentic. It's totally, you know, it's owned by a family. They run it. The husband runs in the back, you know, cooking, and the wife is there sometimes up front, right in the front of the house. So, you know, it's family owned. You just want to support your local community. Definitely.
Plus, they're looking at moving to a bigger spot, which we'll be talking about probably in another month or so.
Yeah, I can't wait. The website is RayShanghaiBistro.net. Is RUISSHANGHAI Bistro, BISTRO.net. That's RayShanghaiBistro.net.
And again, it's RUIS.
Yeah.
That's important. So, and then the very last sponsor we're going to talk about is called All Magic Paint and Body. There's 4 locations, and my car was rear-ended.
Again.
And again. But I have...
He has a Target sign on
But
his...
my Hyundai is wonderful because it stopped me, so it stopped in time where I didn't have to hit the one in front of me. They just hit me. But they do a great job there. They guarantee everything, and they follow up afterwards. Throughout the whole process, they let you know where it's going, what that situation is. I can't say enough about them. They really work with you. If you can't put down, if you have to pay out of your pocket, they'll work with you on that. And just really, really honest people. That's what I really like about them.
I really like the fact that they do follow up. I mean, you know, they'll tell you, give you updates along the way, so you're not hearing like crickets. You know, have no contact. You don't know what's going on. They did follow up with you and call you and let you know, hey, this is what's going on. We're waiting for the adjuster.
They text you all the time.
Like, just to keep you posted. I mean, so you know what's going on.
Right, and then afterwards they send you, you know, make sure you're okay. They follow up on it. So again, they're located, I believe, in Eastvale, Riverside, Fontana, and Moreno Valley. So really, really good people. And it's called All Magic Paint and Body, and the website is allmagicauto, allmagicauto.com. That's allmagicauto.com. He loves the Lakers. Kobe Bryant was his favorite. That's why he named it Magic. So,
That's cool to know.
Good to. Okay, one thing, we're going to have a special guest calling us in now. Basically, we went shopping.
Why? Why did we decide that?
I was just getting into that. We went shopping, and I'll tell you, things are so expensive out there, you know, and especially vegetables. I would think, okay, I could see meat and some of these other items and cheese and stuff like that, but vegetables, come on.
You bought three small romaine lettuce, those baby so those skinny little things, like, and we even went to like a really inexpensive grocery store to get it.
It's
not
like $3.50.
Yeah, for that. So it's basically $1 a little skinny romaine, which would last probably less than a meal. Probably you have to use all 3 of them just for one meal. And, that's a lot of money, I think, for lettuce.
Yeah, and I keep forgetting that
Because you used to buy, like, the whole head of lettuce is cheaper than buying the cut up one, right?
But also, we buy lettuce and buy vegetables and stuff, and a lot of times they rot away because we forget about them or we're running around eating everywhere else.
Yep.
So we throw a lot of stuff away. Well, we started growing our own indoors thanks to this woman who will be on pretty soon. She's a friend of Izzy's, and Izzy will make the introduction. But it's called the Tower Garden, and she'll talk about it. But highly recommend it. It's just a really neat thing. And if you've got kids, it's a great way to teach them about life and growing things. And it's really simple. It's almost brainless agriculture at home. So
Plus, it's so convenient. If you go, I want to make a salad, didn't have to wash it since it's in your house. Literally, you can just pick it off and eat it right there if you want to. Cut it up. It's ready to go. Or if you want meal prep, you can literally make, these awesome salad jars with mason jars. And it's, the salad keeps like all week.
it's fresh, too. So
Yep.
anyway, she'll be on in a couple minutes. And then toward the end of the show, there's a new tonic out. It's basically a kombucha drink, and kombucha, rather. And it's just really, really good. Brand new, came out, women-owned, small company. And we were really, really impressed with it. So they're on the air, too. So they'll be on later on. So other than that, we're just, we're looking forward to a lot of eating. And we're talking about Vegas there. And went to, in March, we're going back there again for the International Pizza Expo. That's, I believe, my 10th year. So can't wait for that. And tons and tons of restaurants there. They're building like crazy there. So we're excited. We're going to do a lot of fun things there in Vegas, but also around here, too. We are going to be eating out more out here. There's some new restaurants that aren't chain restaurants that we're going to be trying. And we'll be going to a couple of them that Izzy's never been to, like Mario's Place and Riverside. And there's a bunch all over the place that you've never been to, so I want to take you there. So other than that, a lot of talking.
Yeah. Well, it's exciting to, number one, to share, things that are healthy, right? And these two items that we're talking about today is actually very healthy, and and they're good for you. And then actually, something that's, I think, is affordable. I mean, I think it's, if you break down the cost, it's affordable, and it's something that gives back to you, in the long run,
And the bottom line is, if we like it, you're going to like it. That's, for 27, 28 years, I've been doing the food review thing. I really, tell people, if a food critic likes it, you're going to like it. And, some food critics, I have to admit, they don't know food, especially the ones who go into Yelp. They think they know everything. They don't. And I don't know everything, but I've worked in restaurants. I took chef's training for a year and a half, and I know food. And if I don't know, I tell you I don't know. But the bottom line is, I would say 95, if not more, % of foods I recommend to people that they've agreed with me. So thank goodness. I've had a couple of restaurants that disagreed, but I've got some. I've been to restaurants that everyone claims they're the best ones of all, and they're not. But we're very.
Well, I don't
honest.
think anybody said, "Oh, I serve the crappiest food of all." I mean, really,
No, but
nobody opens a restaurant and say, "I serve the worst food."
But you haven't asked this, but I've always asked restaurant owners, why should people come here to your restaurant? And I can't tell you. Most of them say, well, because the food's good. McDonald's says that. Everyone thinks that. So that's not. I want to know more than that, and that's why I became a food critic, because I was tired of eating crappy food, and between my experience of telling people where to eat and your experience of telling people where to eat, we've been pretty successful.
Yeah, I mean, I know my friends and people colleagues I've worked with. They're like, "Oh yeah, when we're with you, we know we're not going to get bad food. It's always something awesome, and we tend to overeat."
And you've been doing this for 26 meals, anywhere from 1 to 3 meals a day.
For 26 years, yeah. 26 meals.
Not quite every day, but almost.
26 meals make me really, really starving.
And
in my lifetime.
And you eat everything from foie gras and caviar all the way down to the basics. You just like good food. I
just like good food. I mean, if it's prepared right, it's all about the quality of the food, the taste of it, the appearance, and also the ambiance. You do pay for ambiance.
Yeah, you pay for what you get too sometimes.
Yep.
But anyway, a friend of yours is on the line now, so why don't you talk a little bit about her and introduce her.
Okay, I'd like to introduce Denise Feigum. She's the owner of iShare Health, And we're actually today going to concentrate talking about the Tower Garden. Hey, Denise, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great.
Good. We just got back judging a tri-tip contest. So we had 17 marinated tri-tips we tried. So we can't wait to eat salad.
Sounds very good, but it's not plant-based.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I know.
It's not mixy. So, recently we went shopping and we were looking at prices of vegetables and fruit and vegetables. I could see meat and cheese and some of these things being higher end, and I have no problem with that. But a simple thing like lettuce and tomatoes and just simple greens, it's really expensive. And then we got home and chopped off a bunch of ours that we had. We just pulled it off. If we can wash it, Izzy likes hers washed. I don't. But that was it. Made some great tasting salads, and you can't get
Huge
anywhere
salad.
fresher. And thanks to you, we bought the Tower Garden. And let's talk a little bit about that. And how long have you been involved with the Tower Garden?
Well, I have been involved with the Tower Garden since 2014.
Wow.
I collaborated with a company called Juice Plus, and Juice Plus acquired the Tower Garden. I believe it was in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim Blank is the entrepreneur who, came up with the Tower Garden, and it's simply an aeroponic system. It has vertical system. It has water and nutrients in the base, and then it's all self-contained. So it has a pump that pumps the water up the tube and sprays the nutrients in the water onto the roots, and so there is no dirt whatsoever in the system.
Yeah, they're little pods that you either get seedlings or seeds. We've done both, and pretty much equally as well. And what happens is the water, as it goes up and down, it hits the pods, and it gets it nice and moist. And throughout the day, every half hour or so, it goes. It
It's
pumps
on
the
a
water.
timer.
Yeah,
And,
it's on a timer.
You really a no-brainer. No, hardly any upkeep. You really, it's like an afterthought. And go, oh, I got fresh veg. Every day I walk by it, fresh veggies. Awesome. Don't have to do about it. I don't have to go out in the heat. I don't have to slave. I don't have to dig through, get up the bugs or spray with pesticides. It's all organic. It's healthy. I know it's clean because it's inside my house, so it's really a great alternative to going out buying vegetables, which you don't know where they're sourced from.
Yeah, plus, they have 3 lights or 4 lights, I guess, that come with it, and that helps to put light. So if you're living in an apartment or a house that doesn't have much light, you can put it anywhere basically.
And it's UV light, so it doesn't take a lot of electricity. It doesn't emit a lot of heat, so it's cool to touch your hands. I mean, it really is a great system, I think.
Mm-hmm. Now, how many?
The thing that's really nice is it's all self-contained, so you can go on vacation. It has an automatic light timer for light, so you keep it on 12 to 14 hours a day. If you're growing inside, it has a pump, and if you're growing inside, the pump is on a lower amount of time than if you're outside. And so you can grow inside or outside more greens and herbs and leafy plants inside, and then outside it's more vegetables, fruit-bearing vegetables like tomatoes, cucumbers, and so yes, it's and it's a great system. And I have been growing inside, for 8 years.
Wow.
And so some of the benefits of the Tower Garden is, as you had mentioned, less water usage because the water just recirculates throughout the system. So it only uses like 2% of the water compared to traditional gardening. It leaves a smaller carbon footprint. So that is great for our environment. It eliminates shipping and storage. And, when you pick your greens when they're ripe, that's when you have more phytonutrients, plant nutrients in your plants. And, when they have to ship them across the United States or wherever it's coming from, they're having to pick them early. And so you're losing some of that nutrition that develops at the end of the vegetable cycle.
Right.
And then also, as you had mentioned, Isabel, that it reduces the need for pesticides and herbicides. And it has two nutrients, nutrients A and B, that come with the system. And this is a pH balanced nutrient, and so these mineral blends produce strong, healthy plants, so they can protect themselves from those pesticides. And so I have very little. I think a couple times I might have had, some little fruit flies, but that was because I had bananas close by, and so I learned real quick not to do that. And so, but yeah, and you just pick, I pick every day or almost every day.
That's a key.
And it's very minimal work
Right.
at all.
When we went on vacation we were gone for about 2, 3, 4 weeks. Before we had a little medical issue, but when we came back, it was like the Amazon forest. It's like, holy moly, I've never seen so much greens in my life. And I mean, we're talking 2, 3 feet long, and it was like it became like a monster jungle. So it does grow, and a lot of it. And also, if you have kids, what a great way to teach them about growing and life and everything.
And go make
gardening.
their own food. I mean, it gets them excited to see it grow, and then pick it off every day. Then make a bowl of salad every day. I mean, what encourages a kid to eat more veggies and healthy stuff than growing it, seeing it, and actually have their hands on it? Participate.
Right. And the thing that's great is it is in a lot of the classrooms, and they actually have the school curriculum. So the teachers, all the plans are made up so the teachers can, there's a little bit of chemistry and, a little bit of math in it. And so, yeah, and also I'm a little bit in transition now. I have my older son and his family staying with us because they're selling their house and buying a new one. So my heart just is beaming when Mason, my 10-year-old grandson, comes home and wants to make a salad, and we go into the tower garden and we just pick the lettuce.
Right.
Yeah,
you don't need. I was gonna say, you don't need a special room. We have ours in our den, in a family room there, and it's perfect. And
it doesn't take a lot of space, really. I mean, people might be worried how much space it's going to take. It really doesn't take a lot of space. Self-contained. There's really minimum work involved, except for picking it off when it's ripe.
And about every 2 months or so, a month and a half, 2 months, you add some more water to it.
Or just change out the plants if you want to get fresh ones or different ones. Yeah.
What's nice is you try different plants. Some things you may like better than others, and radicchio grows good in there. We've had all kinds of lettuces and bok choy. And
chards do amazing.
Yeah, really
you'll
good.
like Swiss chard or rainbow chards. Oh, amazing.
Kale does amazing too.
Oh, microgreens.
And what's the other thing on spices? You can use a lot of herbs you can grow on top. They have a little smaller little how would you describe it? Little pods to put in, but you can grow all kinds of fresh herbs and everything. And I mean, it's really amazing. I don't know why restaurants don't have some high-end restaurants to have it in the lobby. A, where people start talking about it, and B, this is where they get their food. Fresh herbs and stuff from there.
Yeah,
well, it is in the media. I mean, it's they have a urban farm on top of the Chicago airport, and that's where a lot of the restaurants in O'Hare get their greens from.
Okay.
And so it's been in the news with CNN, the Balancing Act, Lifetime, and just recently an article in Daily Mom. And so it's getting to be very well known. And so also I wanted to mention that the Tower Garden makes gardening healthier. And as I mentioned, the produce is picked ripe, so it has more phytonutrients. And then it's great tasting. And the other thing that I think will really impress Izzy and impresses me is there was a research study done, because, both Izzy and I worked, well, she still does, but I used to work in clinical research also as a scientist and manager. And there was a research study done at the University of Mississippi in 2013. And so they planted 24 tower gardens, and they compared it to conventional growing. they planted 4 leafy vegetables: basil, chard, parsley, and kale, and 4 fruit crops: bell pepper, cherry, tomatoes, cucumbers, and spinach. And that they found that the yield was 30% higher with the tower garden
Wow.
compared to traditional farming. And so I think that's very impressive that we actually have research and science showing, hey, this grows just as good, but no, really, it grows better.
And it's healthy.
And the highest percentage, which I find, was red kale. Any kind of kale. I mean, it grew 65% better than
Wow.
traditional gardening.
And
Well,
no
So I think
bugs.
that's really
Yay.
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
No bugs, no heat, and then on top of it, everything you put into the tower garden, all the minerals is liquids. It goes directly to your plants. You are not losing any of your nutrients into the ground and seeped in. And plants might not even get it. You don't get the bugs eating up all your plants. So I think especially in California, we are always saving water. There's shortage of water. I mean,
Right.
we fill it up once every 2 months, but the vegetables keep coming every day. So I mean, it's amazing because you really not losing that much water because it's a self-contained system.
Well, and the thing is, if there's a plant that doesn't grow, it's simple. You just take it out and put a different one in.
Right.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it's so easy, and now I'm in the semi-retirement mode, and so I'm gone a week, 10 days. I come back. I mean, it's all automated. All I got to do is pick it, and it's easy. I do plant pretty much everything from seed, and just because you can buy seeds so cheap.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper.
Yes, and I just like growing everything from seed. So and I used to just get them all organic seeds from a special supplier online, but now I've gotten seeds from Home Depot and Lowe's, and that's how I've branched out a little bit, and you can pretty much grow anything, peppermint and all kinds of stuff. Well,
Right.
one thing I was going to tell you guys, I know you guys love foodies and recipes and whatnot. Talking about herbs, I usually always have anywhere from 5 to 8 different herbs on my tower garden. And so if you're just like grilling chicken or making chicken breast or a roast or anything, you can just make just grab a handful of each of those herbs and add some olive oil, lemon, and balsamic and make like a chimichurri and put that over. I've served that at, when I've had a few different, couples over or guests over, and it's impressive.
Wow.
So it just makes, a simple, chicken or even steak meal, it bams it up a bit,
Right.
Plus,
Yeah.
herbs are
So-
expensive to buy. If you go buy
yeah.
an herb and it doesn't last that long, so if you don't use it all, most of the time when you buy an herb, no
Just-
matter if it's a plant or a little sprig somewhere, you better use it right then because otherwise it's going to kind of go to waste,
You
I
just
think.
snip it and everything
Yeah.
else. So you're listening to the Let's Sign Out show right here on AM 1050 and 106.5 FM, the stations that leave no listener behind. And we have a special guest on.
And we're speaking with Denise Feigem, and she's an entrepreneur and with I Share Health. And, we're talking about the Tower Garden.
Right. Why don't you give information on what's the best way to get a hold of you and talk a little bit about it? Let them, everyone has their own little questions that we can't answer. So what's the best way to get a hold of you?
You can contact me by phone. My phone number is 817-929-7789. You can text me. Texting to me is the easiest. Just text me, say, hey, I'm interested in the Tower Garden, and then we'll figure a time that we can both talk.
What's your
or you
texting?
can
What's your
call-
text?
I'm sorry, what?
What about the address? Do you have an email address?
My email address is Denise, DENISE, .sharinghealth
Sharing
at
Health.
gmail.com.
Okay, Denise.sharinghealth.
Sharinghealth at gmail.com.
Okay, great. And also, if you get a hold of us, we can give it to you too. So,
Yep.
now, how long does it take? Do you find that the average takes when time you set up to time you pick? What is it? About 3 weeks, probably.
I would say, I mean, it depends on if you're growing from seeds or buying the seedlings that are already like an inch high. So if you're growing from seeds, usually they pop up in within a week, and then I would say after that 3 to 4 weeks. So I would say probably from the time you plant till you're eating, about a month.
Wow.
And if you're, getting seedlings, from a seedling farm, or you could even get them from Home Depot, Lowe's, a nursery, then it would probably be more like 3 weeks.
Right.
2 to 3 weeks.
And again, while prices are going up in the markets, guess what? These are going to stay the same.
Yep.
And it's so cheaper. And what's nice about it, the only negative thing is if you don't eat vegetables and fruit, you probably don't want it because they grow. They definitely grow. And there's a couple of times we kept forgetting about it. And it's like out of hand. You better eat it quickly. So
Yep.
we learned that every day or at least every other day we have a salads, and we've been using it really good.
Yeah, every day it's easy to pick a bowl of salad, and then that's
Or
great lunch.
sandwiches
It's
or
healthy.
salads or anything.
It's refreshing. I mean, you can accompany salad goes with everything.
But also you can saute a lot of the stuff. You can.
Oh yeah, one time I think we grew some greens and we did some collard. We get some Mizuna. Actually saute them, and they were amazing.
Yep.
Yep. So I mean, once again, if you want to reach out to Denise, her mobile number it's 817-929-7789. Am I correct?
You got it.
Yep.
Do it one more time.
It's 817-929-7789. Or you can text her. Just say, hey, I heard you from Alan and Izzy's show, the Let's Dine Out show. I'm interested to find out more about the Tower Garden. No pressure. Denise is a no pressure. She's not one of those. She would tell you all about the Tower Garden. And really, it's up to you to decide if it's a choice for you.
And we have one ourselves, so it's not like just her telling it. We're telling you the same thing. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And once we're going to be moving, and we think we're looking at something, choices.
And it's easy to move with us.
But having, or even one that grows outside, we can grow our own tomatoes and cucumbers.
Mm-hmm.
That really thrills me.
Well, it's one of those things that's portable. I mean, all you need is, use up the water, take out the plants. You can break it down, take it with you, or just keep it as is. It's got 4 wheels. It rolls around. It comes with us. So it's pretty easy.
Pretty easy. So
Yeah.
Anything new coming up for Tower Garden? Any specials or anything?
You know what? I am going to the Juice Plus conference in Atlanta, and that's Thursday through Sunday, because
Okay.
Juice Plus is the #1 plant-based company in the world. So there may be some new things coming out, but just get back with me in a week, and I might be able to tell you a little bit more about that. Another thing that I did want to mention is that with the pandemic, a lot of people were just freaking out because they're thinking, okay, how am I going to keep food on my shelf, food, water, and everything. So the Tower Garden sales were out the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, just think about it. You can grow your own and have your own food. And I freeze, when I buy a packet of seeds, I put them in the freezer to preserve them. And sometimes they last like 3-4 years.
Oh, wow.
And
That's a
and
good
you
tip.
you just plant, 4 or 5 little seeds, so they last a long time.
Yeah,
So,
because
I
the
mean,
one bag you get at least, handful. So that's a
Yeah.
lot of plantings right there.
Yes, and so you're getting clean food. And another thing is, we've had the E. coli scares, with E.
Yep.
coli being
Right.
on romaine, different things. So
Mhm.
you don't have those kind of worries with, because you're growing it yourself, and it's not passing through hands and across the United States.
Right.
So,
And what's neat is as you snip it up or just pinch it off, whatever, it grows. It keeps growing
Grows
and
back,
growing.
Yep.
So it's pretty. That's kind of amazing how it just continues. Whereas in markets they just pull off the ground and you get the whole thing, and that's it. It's done with. Here you pinch it and cut it, and it keeps growing and growing.
Yeah, and we're not using any dirt, so I mean, there's no waste, and whatever we take out, we decide, okay, we're going to new plant. That is all compost, right? It's all something that goes back in the ground. It's all biodegradable, so it's not something you're polluting the earth or anything like that.
Right,
So
again, it's called the Tower Garden. And one more time, give out your email address and also your phone number.
Okay, my phone number is 817-929-7789, and my email address is Denise denise.sharinghealth@gmail.com.
Denise at sharinghealth.com.
No, Denise dot
Dot
sharing
sharinghealth.
at gmail.com.
Okay.
And then I did want to touch on some of those gardeners that maybe are getting a little up in age and they don't want to be out, in the garden anymore. I mean, this is very easy. There's no digging, no weeding.
It's brainless. I
Yeah.
can even do it.
And so it's just really easy. I mean, the maintenance, wipe it down. I wipe it down maybe once every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And, you are going to have to pick every other day, and you are going to have to plant maybe, once a month, once every 2 months or so, but it's easy.
Very
It's
easy.
it's not no maintenance, but it's very low maintenance.
No, I
Well,
agree.
plus, I mean, it's year round. I mean, you plant outside, very seasonal. A lot of times, you cannot. It depends where you're at and your climate or whatever, your soil content. I mean, a lot of times, you're not going out there in the cold to plant any food or pick any food at that point. If it's too hot, it's 100 and something degrees outside. Are you going to be on the ground digging up stuff? Probably not. So, I mean, this way, it's right there. I mean, literally, it's right next to the couch for us. You can pick it off, put it in the bowl, and eat it. I mean, it's no brainer for us, and it's no work. I think, the work and the pros ratio is much higher than the cons, definitely.
It's brainless. So like I said, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So, Denise, thank you so much. I know you have a dinner appointment tonight, so that's
She
important.
has a concert to go to.
Oh, you're going to a concert? Who are you going to
Yeah.
see?
No, we went to the Keith Urban concert last week, but it's Matt's birthday this coming week.
Oh, cool.
Happy birthday.
Cool.
So we're celebrating a birthday tonight. And one more thing I wanted to say, though,
Yes.
and this is very important, is that it really cuts down on grocery bills.
Yep.
So you could pay it off. I mean, just think of what you're spending every week at the grocery store
Mm-hmm.
and what you invest in a tower garden, you could pay it off, within 6 to 12 months.
Right.
And interest free.
And once
And
you pay it off, it literally, you keep getting something from it too.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've had mine for 8 years. So once
Yeah.
you pay it off, it's yours forever. And it's a no-brainer. So I did want to mention that. But thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
That's great.
Hey, thank you for joining us.
Well, if we
Denise.
like it, everyone's going to like it. That's the way it goes. If Food Critic likes it, you're going to like it. So thanks so much for turning us on to the Tower Garden.
Yep.
And happy eating tonight, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks on a cruise.
Sounds good.
Yes.
I'm
Cruise to
excited.
Mexico. Sounds good.
Yay.
Thanks, Denise.
Yeah. Thanks a bunch.
Take care.
See ya. Bye.
Boy, eating healthy is so important, especially as you get older, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Not that I'm aging or anything, but
Well, but I think it prompts you because sometimes it's an afterthought. Especially when you're caught up in the busy daily lifestyle, you forget to eat something healthy. And
Eat
you have a
orchard-
tower garden growing right there. It kind of reminds you, hey, my greens are growing. I mean, lettuce is right here looking at me. Why not go pick it off? It doesn't take any time. You don't have to go out the door, go buy anything. Literally, it's right there.
But the whole eating and drinking is changing everything. I mean, there's all kinds of new products coming out, and we tasted one product that we really liked, and they're actually on the line right now. And with us is Holly Lyman, who's the founder of Wild Tonic. And welcome to the Let's Sign Out show, Holly.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on the show.
Oh, our pleasure. Let me tell you, we went nuts when we tried it. It was like, oh my goodness, this is great.
Well, we
And-
looked at each other like, oh, wow, this is not like the normal kombucha we're used to.
Yeah.
I mean, usually you get kombucha and you're like, okay, what am I in for? Do I need an antacid after this? But this is so lovely. I think, I don't know why anybody's not trying this because it's just so nice.
by
the
itself
flavors,
or with
yeah.
drinks, which we'll get into. But
Yeah.
let's talk about your company first in terms, it's called Wild Tonic.
Yes.
And let's talk about a little bit about that. And what is kombucha? A lot of people don't know what that is.
Well, regular kombucha is different than what we make. We're a cousin of kombucha. So we're made with honey and green tea instead of regular kombucha, which is a black tea and sugar.
Okay.
So our kombucha has a much smoother taste, and people who can't stand kombucha love our product for that reason.
Now, how long has your company been around?
Since 2015. I started it in 2015. I was a crazy artist making paintings with beeswax, and then I started fermenting and absolutely fell in love with the whole process of fermentation, which is really a lost art.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, and it's healthy for you. I mean, if you have to compare, green tea is good for you. I mean, now you ferment it, so you got all these probiotics. That's good for you. I mean, that you're drinking, and you're not drinking something that's not healthy.
Right.
That's true. And 80% of our immune system is in our gut. So if we eat fermented foods and drink fermented drinks, then it makes it a lot healthier for our bodies.
Right.
And there's actually more foreign DNA in our body than our own DNA, which is our microbiome. And so it's super important to fortify it with things like Jun kombucha. And what is different about our ferment is it's a living drink. And that is what is different about kombucha. It's made with a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, which is called a SCOBY. And so it's basically 42 different strains of bacteria that are gut-healthy bacteria that are great for your immune system. And so with things like COVID and colds going around in the fall, it's a great daily drink because not only does it taste amazing, it fortifies your immune system.
Now, being a painter, being an artist, and using, you said, beeswax and stuff, I mean, how did the drink concept come to you?
Well, I started reading a book by Sandor Katz, and he's like, amazing. He wrote a James Beard award-winning book called The Art of Fermentation, and I just fell in love with his writing about it and realized that fermentation was a lost art because when refrigeration came along, we stopped fermenting our foods, and that was the way that the ancients used to preserve everything was by fermenting it. And I thought, well, that must be the missing link to our health. And so I just started working with this particular culture, which is called a Jun culture. And they say, there's a lot of mystery around this culture because it's said to not just build your immune system, but it's an elixir for immortality and energy. And the warriors apparently used to use it. But it's a very, it's shrouded in a lot of lore.
Right.
So it fascinated me. It was kind of, it's taboo to actually brew with it because it was reserved for the elites. And so I don't know. I like the story, and I started making wild tonic on my kitchen counter, and next thing I know, we're a national brand. So
wow, that's fascinating.
People must like it.
Yeah, and what I like about yours compared to you've had a kombucha in the market. You see them all the time. Yours is so smooth. It's almost if you like alcoholic drink, it's a non-alcoholic but fizzy drink. It's not highly fizzy, so it's not like bitter, but it has a really smooth flavor. And then if you turn around, look at the back of the can, you look at the ingredients, it's everything you can read. It's all in English, it's everything you can pronounce and everything you can read. So it's not any kind of, no like corn syrup, nothing that's not healthy for you. So
no, just 5 ingredients: honey, tea, fruit, botanicals, and herbs. And we also have it in our signature blue bottle, and I designed the bottle because it was when bees are out foraging for food and in nature for pollen, they go after the color blue first in a flower. And I thought, okay, this drink is made with honey. I'm going to put it in a blue bottle, and so I designed the bottle for that. And so we have it in cans as well for the people that are going hiking, but the blue bottle is really our signature.
And the key thing is to keep it refrigerated. Expose it to heat, you're killing the culture, which is good for you. So, definitely people, if you buy it, don't leave it in the car because, we still have 100 degrees heat here in California.
Wow.
Bring it home with you. I know. You make sure you take it home right away or keep it in a cooler because, the heat really is the key that kills all the culture that's good for your stomach.
That is absolutely true. And we're at Whole Foods Market, Erewhon, Lassen's Natural Foods,
Clark's.
Natural Grocers. So we're in a lot of the natural stores in California.
Yeah, near us is Sprouts and Clark's. All the Sprouts and Clark's in our area is listed on your website, being one of the distributors, and they do offer different flavors. You want to talk about some of your flavors?
Oh, that's what I love doing.
I know.
Sure. Well, we have mango ginger, which is amazing, blackberry mint, blueberry basil. Those are probably some of our top sellers, and raspberry goji rose. So just kind kind of sweet, savory, tart. I like mixing a lot of flavors up and making them very interesting.
Speaking of mixing,
Yeah.
you've got a recipe here for margarita. It's a Wild Tonics lavender kombucha margarita.
Yes,
Yum.
we do. We do. What's wonderful about using our kombucha in mixers for like cocktails is that they're low in sugar, and honey is considered a whole food. So if you're making a margarita, you can use it. It's low in sugar, and actually no sugar. It's got honey in it. So we mix up, for the Wild Tonic Lavender Kombucha Margarita, we mix up 3 ounces of tequila, 2 ounces of triple sec, 3 ounces of lime juice, and then 6 ounces of our Wild Tonic Lavender Love, which is one of our most popular flavors. And then put it in a glass with some sea salt on the rim.
Now, when did this come out? How long has this been on the market now?
We've been on the market since 2015.
Okay.
So yeah, about 7 years, and we also have a hard version of our
I
kombucha.
saw that.
Oh, really? Oh.
Definitely need to
We
be
missed
over
that one.
21 and over to get that.
Well, you're hiding it
Yep.
from us, Holly.
Yeah, well, I know. We can't ship the alcohol very readily because we're in Arizona. We make it here in the Red Rock. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah, they allow us to ship our alcohol within Arizona, but not to any other state.
Well, you can just tell them it's apple juice. They're not going to know. What, any new flavors that you're working on, or any new products like this?
Oh, absolutely. So we're working on a whole new line of mocktails, and they'll be out sometime in the new year, right in time for the new year and all the holidays. And they are amazing. Like they're non-alcoholic, obviously. They're mocktail, and we've made a Moscow Mule, Persephone, a Paloma, and of course the bee's knees because we're honey based.
Oh, cool. Well, I can't wait to see those recipes online because I love a good mocktail. Yeah. I mean,
these are pre-mixed, so you just pop them open and you don't have to add anything except what's in there, what's in the can.
Yay. Can't wait. Definitely keep us posted because I'll be out the door right then once it's hit the market.
Right on.
You're
Thank
listening.
you.
You're listening to Let's Sign Out Show right here on AM 1050 and 106.5 FM, the stations that leave no listener behind. And with us is Holly Lyman, who's the founder of Wild Tonic. These are great kombucha type products that are available both online. You can get them. We'll get out her website in a minute. But also you can go to Sprouts or Clark's. They're probably the best two in the Inland Empire.
Yeah, it's wildtonic.com. It's WILDTONIC.com. Wildtonic.com. If you go on the website, you'll see that the line of products they offer, from non-alcoholic to alcoholic, and recipes. How do you make maybe some other drinks?
Right. And all I can say is we saw the can. I tasted it. Izzy tasted it. We didn't say a word. We just looked at each other at the same time and go, wow. And we both had food orgasms. Okay, we're friends. We can say that. But it was like amazing. We just really liked it. Very refreshing.
It's real refreshing. If people are not feeling kombucha, traditional kombucha can literally almost like you're drinking vinegar and knocks you off your
It's
hiney.
very different, yeah.
It's very strong tasting. This is so smooth, so pleasant.
It's a tea, like iced tea.
Yeah,
kind of.
it's like an iced tea with a fizzy, and it's just so lovely. I mean, I was so smooth. I was like, wow, what a refreshing taste. I mean, it didn't make me want to go, oh my God, I need to drink some water from drinking kombucha, but this is so nice. I can down the whole case by myself.
Oh, easy. I think the mango ginger and the lavender, that was probably the two that we really liked.
Yeah. I like lavender anything and mango anything, so with ginger. So I pretty much would line out the door for those things.
Do you ever think about adding a little like cayenne to one of those, make a little hot?
We actually have in the past. We had an apple cayenne that was really wonderful, but we can only make a handful of flavors and sell them nationally, so we kind of gravitate toward our top sellers. But we might incorporate that into one of our seasonals because we do have seasonals as well.
I can see a pumpkin flavored one.
Oh yeah, they do have a heart one that's alcoholic. That is a apple prickly pear.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Doesn't that sound amazing?
We wild harvested the prickly pears here in Arizona.
That sounds amazing.
So with all this success you're having, are you doing any more artwork, or are you strictly 100% drinking?
Oh, I wish I was, but my business is really my passion now. So
That's fantastic.
yeah, we do a lot of new product development, and we're coming out actually with a whole new rebrand too in the new year. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, keep us posted because we really
please.
do like
I'd
your
love to have you on.
product. I'd love to have you on again, so we can try out new things and just share it with other people because I've never heard of it until really tasted it, and I'm like, where have I been? Because I've never seen this before.
Well, there's so many products that claim to be kombucha, but most of
Well,
it's
but then
awful.
you assume the flavor. Once you taste a kombucha, you think, oh, all kombucha tastes like that, right? So you already have a predetermined flavor in your head, and you're just automatically salivating. But then this is just so smooth, so lovely. I mean, I think everybody should try this because I think, it really is more for somebody that, doesn't want some mainstream person that's not really want that kind of strong flavor,
And if you're diabetic, like I am, a type 2 diabetic, and stuff, or watching your calories and sugar intake, it's very low sugar content, so you can. It's definitely friendly for you.
Yeah, definitely.
And why don't you give your website out one more time?
Oh, it's wildtonic.com.
Can't beat that. WILDTONIC.com. Can't beat that. So.
And we are woman-owned, so we've got a lot of great folks here at the brewery, and a lot of woman power here.
But it's okay for men to buy it, right?
Of course.
I just want to make sure. I just
encourage
want to make
that.
sure. Us men have been terrible to you guys, so hopefully this is way back. But no, I really appreciate having you on and everything. And again, it's called Wild Tonic. It's at Sprouts, which are all over the Inland Empire.
In
Clark's.
Yep.
There's one in Riverside, one in Redlands. I think there's one in Victorville, one in Palm Springs. So they're all over the place. And highly, highly recommend it, folks. Really, really need to. So, well, and also your website, too. Can you buy it on your website?
Yes.
You can, yeah, definitely.
Okay. So,
Wildtonic.com.
Yep.
WILDTONIC.
if we buy the one with the alcohol, you don't ship that on your...
We can't ship it to California, but we do have a great alcohol distributor in California called Classic. So they sell it to if you go on our website, put in your zip code, it'll tell you where you can find the alcohol version, which tastes very similar to the non-alcohol version.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah, some of the flavors are so exciting,
Really good. So, good
yeah,
stuff.
definitely.
Well, continued success, and hopefully we'd love to see your artwork one day, too.
Oh, thank you so much.
If you're creative
I so appreciate you guys.
If you're creative with this, we can't wait to see your artwork. So thank you so much, and be well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, what an exciting product. I love it. So, what a fun show between eating healthy and eating,
drinking something healthy. That's good for your gut.
And tasting 17 tri-tips.
Oh, I know. Now I need to go home and eat some more Tower Garden and drink some more Wild Tonic.
Yeah, I know. So, anyway, I hope you like listening to us. We're on every... Hi, I'm food critic Allan Borgen, and I'm excited to tell you about Ray's Shanghai Bistro, located next to Redlands DMV on Lagonia in Redlands. Ray's Shanghai Bistro offers the largest and most delicious array of traditional and original Chinese dishes available in the Inland Empire. Some of my favorite dishes are the house-made pot stickers, the crisp pork spare ribs with garlic, their unique spicy lamb with bamboo, the sweet and tangy